Welcome to the bright side of 50.
Hey, y'all. Hey, welcome to another episode of The Bright Side of 50 with Carla Palmer. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new here, welcome. If you are back for a second time, third time, fourth time, 146th or 47th time, thank you for being here. I appreciate your presence and I really enjoy spending this time with you. Today, I want to specifically talk about the decision, the choice that some of us have made, women in midlife, women who might be in your 40s, maybe you even decided this in your late 30s. I don't know, but wherever you are and however old you are, you may have made the decision to abstain from having sex, right? You may have made that decision for whatever reason. I have my reasons. And I know that people who have decided to abstain, you have your own reasons. But I need for you and for me to be careful who you're having these conversations with, because there are going to be people, men, women, but I'm really going to specifically hone in on women right now because I believe that the majority of us women in midlife spend a lot of our time with our girlfriends. And so if you have girlfriends, or if you are that girlfriend who is not abstaining, you're enjoying your life the way that you enjoy your life, I want you to be careful about the advice and suggestions you are giving your friends who have decided that they don't want to operate like that anymore, or maybe they're still virgins. I don't know. I want you to be careful about the advice that you're giving them. And I want those of us who have made this decision, I made this decision, like 15 years ago, and haven't really looked back since. I made this decision, and I don't want my girlfriends speaking into what I should be doing. Girl, you frustrated because you need some D. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. And if you are my friend and you know why I made the decision that I made, and why I'm operating the way that I'm operating as somebody who's abstinent, then you don't make those kinds of suggestions to me. You don't question why I'm living my life the way that I'm living my life. If I choose to share that with you, fine. If I choose to not share all of the details with you, but I tell you that that is how I'm operating, I am going to expect you to respect that and not to make suggestions for me to do other things. The other thing that I want to say is for women who have made this decision, and I'm not telling you what to do what you want, but for women who have made this decision, you should also be careful who you surround yourself with. You should be careful who you're having these conversations with. You should be careful about your circle and how those women in your circle are choosing to operate. The places that they go, the things that they take in. And I'm not trying to say I'm a saint, okay? But be very careful about that, because if you've made this choice and you want to stand firm in that, you don't want unnecessary influences that are going to take you out of what you believe or what you've decided. Hey, sis. Hey, I just wanted to take a moment to ask you, have you subscribed to The Bright Side of 50 with Carla Palmer? If you have not, could you please take a moment, if you like the podcast, take a moment now to hit the subscribe button so that you become a subscriber, turn on your notifications so that you're notified when a new episode drops, okay? Also, follow me on Instagram. I am The Bright Side of 50 over there on Instagram too. Thank you so much. Now I'll let you get back to the episode. I hope I'm making sense. It's really, really important, because the people that you spend the most time with, at some point, some of that is going to come on over to you. Some of that spirit, some of that attitude, some of those desires, some of that interest will eventually come over to you. And if you've made this decision and you want to stand firm in this decision to be abstinent, then you need to be careful. You need to guard your spirit. You need to guard your mind. You need to guard your energy. And you don't entertain men and dating who don't share that same place where you are, especially if you're not trying to do that. Like, so for me, I am going to be this way until I get a husband, if that happens. And even that is not something that I'm focused on or saying that I really, really want and I must have. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. And if I'm out there and I'm putting myself on an app like a Hinge or whatever, Match.com or whatever those sites are, if I'm going to put myself on those sites, or if I'm going to present myself in any sort of singles mixer or whatever, as I'm getting to know people, I will try to get a sense of where they stand on that topic, because I don't want to waste my time with somebody who doesn't share that same stance at this time in their life. And I know that I'm not going to meet a ton. Like, I know that. And I'm okay with that. And so when people say to me like, oh, you don't go out a lot, you don't go on a lot of dates, how come you don't ever, talk about like the people that you go out with? I don't go on a lot of dates. I don't go on a lot of dates. I mean, I don't think that there aren't any good men out there. I believe that there are some excellent men out there. I don't know if there are a ton of men out there who share my same views on how I want to live my life. I don't know if there are. I personally haven't met a ton of them. And the ones that I have met, I haven't necessarily been attracted to them. I've made that decision, and I know that it doesn't create a space for me to do a lot of dating, because those types of men who are standing on that side of the fence, abstinence, I don't really run into a lot of them. Maybe there are sites for that. I don't know. I haven't even done the research. I'm trying to stay on track here. And what I'm really going to leave this conversation with is guard your mind, guard your spirit, be mindful of the things that people are saying and how frequent those things are coming up, especially if you're stopping them and you're saying, hey, I don't need some D. That's not what I need. I need to go to the gym. I need to take a walk. I need to get in the word. I need to spend some time with God. That's why I'm frustrated. Like, if people are constantly saying, oh, it's because you ain't getting none, that's not it. Do you know what comes with just being out there, just getting some because you're frustrated about things? It comes with a whole lot of things. Those types of choices that you make to go and lay down with somebody, they have consequences. And honestly, most times, especially if it's not your husband or your partner, it's going to have a consequence that's not going to be a very positive one eventually. You're going to get caught up. They're going to get caught up. People going to catch feelings. Even if you do catch feelings and both of you have them, doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to end up with both of you wanting the same thing, which may be marriage for somebody and may not be marriage for somebody else. Maybe you're not on the same page with a lot of other things, but the sex is really good and now you're just caught up in a soul tie. I'm not trying to do that, right? I'm not trying to do that. And so if you have people in your life who are speaking these things to you, oh, girl, you just need to go get some D, or girl, you just need to get some. That's what's wrong with you. You ain't had none in so many years. I don't want to hear that. So in this journey, to stay on the bright side of 50 as much as possible, some of it is going to come with who we are surrounding ourselves with, who we're spending the most time with, and people with shared values. It's really important to, have people in your circle. I'm talking about your inner circle. This people that you spend the most time with. It's really important that you have some shared morals and values. Okay. It's really important for your success and your trajectory on whatever journey you're on. It's really important that you have people in your circle who understand you and respect you, and also, like I said, share some of the same morals and values that you share. Does this make sense? Did I get my point across? And I want to hear what you think. Really, I want you to feedback on this. And I know that some things that I say, everybody will not agree with. I understand that. It's fine. We've all, gone on our own journeys and had our own experiences and have made our own decisions to live life the way that we want to live life. But if you are choosing to live life as far as your sexual life the way that I just explained, it's really important, even more, that you are guarding your spirit and your mind and surrounding yourself with people who share some similar values around that topic. Okay. So let me know what you think. Thank you for being here. Like I said at the beginning, I appreciate you. Share the podcast. I'm going to start doing some giveaways. I know that people really are into like the jump rope fitness that I started doing so many years ago that helped me lose over 50 pounds. And I've got some jump ropes that I want to give away, but you guys have got to start sharing out the podcast episodes. You've got to start sharing them out. I'm going to start doing drawings and sending the winner a jump rope. It's a GYSB jump rope, branded jump rope. GYSB stands for Get Your Sexy Back. That's my health and fitness movement that I started in 2009. And so I'm really excited about getting those jump ropes into some people's hands. But you got to help me grow this podcast, okay? So I'm going to help you with your fitness, but you've got to help me grow this podcast. And the way that we're going to do that is me giving away some jump ropes and you sharing out the podcast and following the podcast and helping me grow this community. Does that make sense? So I'm not just asking you to do something and I'm not going to give something in return. I want you to help me do that, okay? So thanks for being here. I will talk to you guys on the next episode of The Bright Side of 50. With Carla Palmer. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.